Good morning. It's Friday. It is Friday. Let me give you a little DJ Errol. Yeah, Friday. Let's go. Fridays for me are generally a cleanup day anymore. I started this a couple of months ago, if you've been keeping track, and I try to do all the priority planning for Monday through Thursday, and make Friday that day where, because I'm generally a little bit lower on energy and motivation, that day when I just take care of like that lingering stuff that's just kind of hanging out there. Maybe some loose ends. Priority stuff may happen. Today is for me planned a much kind of a lighter day, just kind of running around doing some stuff. Actually, if the weather were a little bit nicer, I'd probably even enjoy it driving around in the car. But hey, nicer weather is coming. I'm looking forward to a sunny 60-degree Sunday. I might even smoke a brisket, so we'll see how the Sunday goes. Um, Yesterday's session was really cool. I enjoyed everybody that made the session at 3 o'clock. We had a pretty good conversation. I think it went well. It went well. So I appreciate everybody that interacted there. If you missed it and you want to go back and see it, we have it up on YouTube now, and it is also replayable on our Facebook feed. And we'll shoot out an email also with a link to it. So pay attention to your email there. Um, last night. So last night I had a football draft. I'm coaching my 7-year-old son's. Actually, he's 6, but he's on a 7U team. I'm coaching his flag football team this spring, and uh, we were doing it at this like local bar, like fire that's like attached to the fire hall. So a lot of firemen go there and stuff. Some nice place, cheap wings and beer, and I think I got out of there for like $7.50 plus tip. Um, but yeah. So anyway, we're all in the back. We're doing our draft, and I order, and the guy that brings it out, a young kid, doesn't look like he's a little scruffy looking. Maybe not the greatest hygiene in the world, and I mean I'm definitely conscious now of going like too many public places, right? Just because just I don't want to like I'm not going to get overly paranoid, but I'm also I'm going to try to be a little smart, right? But this guy comes walking out with everybody's beers in like he's holding like 8 beers in between his fingers and around like here, like all around the lip of the beer. And I'm thinking to myself, how much has he touched since the last time he washed his hands? And now he's getting it all around, like all where everybody's mouth is going to be. So yeah, I like just try to napkin it, which I mean, who knows what that does, but man, I was I debated not even drinking it. I was like, come on, man, you're killing me here. But anyway, other than that, I had a pretty good night. Got to see some guys that I haven't seen since the fall. We talked barbecue. One guy just got a pellet grill. We talked barbecue. He's been doing some ribs and talking about what we might do next. Looking forward to the spring. So, talking about that and just football in general and all good stuff. So it was pretty cool. What you might find interesting, if I didn't mention it yesterday, I did like a 2 to 3 minute outtake of one of our conversations, like that conversation we had about where you're placing all of your attention and how that pulls you off track. I did a 2 or 3 minute little edit of that video and put it out on Facebook and on my Instagram. And getting a pretty good response so far. So I appreciate everybody that's watching that and giving me feedback. We're going to keep trying to make it better. But, help me out. Ask me questions. Let me know what you want to hear about. Today, I want to talk about happiness because there's this weird thing going on now where, it's probably maybe millennial driven, and I'm trying to figure it out. But like even Gary V, if you follow Gary Vaynerchuk, he's huge. If you don't know who he is, as far as like he's huge with the youngins, and he's like trying to motivating entrepreneurs and young people to be authentic to themselves and things like that. And I guess millennial community would probably probably eating him up right now. But so his thing now is happiness, like happiness over everything. And I don't know if I'm misunderstanding it because I don't follow him as closely as I used to a couple of years ago. But I do still catch some of his quick posts. And this happiness over everything. Um, I don't know how he's defining it, but I feel like somebody can misconstrue it if he means it a different way, because happiness over everything is dangerous, in my opinion. And I still have to flesh this idea out. But if we are every day trying to seek happiness, one, I think we're doomed to failure. I think it's unrealistic. You're going to have times when you're not happy. You're going to do things that don't make you happy. You're even going to do things that you normally enjoy doing, but not enjoy it at the moment, right? So I feel like happiness is a state, but it's not a way of being. Like, you can't just be happy all the time. You can't define yourself as happy. You have to allow the full spectrum of emotions. Otherwise, it's just, you're probably whistling through the graveyard, right? Like, there is a advantage to feeling negative emotions. It lets you be aware of other things. And in fact, many people are much more creative in a depressed state. I'm not saying like a depression, but a depressed state. Like, more people are creative there and do really good work. And even myself, I think some of the stuff that I think about, I'm more observational when I'm in a negative state, and I can see and perceive other negative things that people are doing, and even some of the negative things that I'm doing. Or when I come out of my negative state, I can look back on that negative state and see the things that I was doing. But even on a daily basis, like, I don't walk around happy. I enjoy my life, but I don't walk around happy. And maybe we're defining it differently. But I would argue that it's not happiness over everything, it's purpose over everything. When you have a sense of purpose and values, if you have a sense of purpose that's aligned with a strong value system, even when you're in the hardest time, when you're not happy, you have this strength and this drive to push and improve and get to that place that you most feel fulfilled. Not happy, fulfilled. And I think fulfillment is our ultimate goal, because you can be tired, beaten down. I mean, whether you're working on a project that makes you a lot of money, or you are working in a soup kitchen for 8 hours and just on your feet nonstop, or you are, a nurse in an emergency room for 12 hours. At the end of that, you're probably not going to be happy, but you will feel fulfilled because you pushed through something that was aligned with your purpose. Then I think that's the goal. It's not just, you can't just make it happiness. We're not going to be, it's unrealistic to think we're going to be there all the time. It's got to be purposeful, purpose, fulfillment. Like, I'm still fleshing this out. I'm not perfect with this right now, but I think that's where we need to go. We can't just say happy, because what happens with happiness is that we always strive for that state of happiness. It almost becomes like a toxic positivity. Those people that are always trying to put out like positivity nonstop. Oh, be positive, even in times when it's not appropriate, or when their positivity steamrolls other people that, one, might not be feeling positivity, might not even want to feel positivity or happiness, right? Maybe they're feeling something else. Maybe they're struggling through something. Maybe they had a death in the family. Maybe they have a hard relationship issue. Maybe they're being abused. Like, whatever they might be going through, they don't want to feel positivity, right? And you can't just always just bring them good vibes all the time and hit them with it. And like, when that happens, you're kind of throwing it out there, but you're not then perceiving the situation or understanding, having empathy for what they might be feeling. So I think when you're always trying to go for happiness, you're looking for more for like an instant gratification type thing. And when you're always pushing that positivity thing, as it relates to the happiness, why can't you just be happy? You know what? It's not. You can't. You can't. It's not that easy. It's not that simple. It's a lot more complicated than that. So the goal with this, I don't believe, is simply happiness. I think you have to have a purpose. You have to search for your purpose. Search for it every day. Try to refine it. Try to clarify it. And even when you think you have it, test it. Make sure. And then like fulfilled, right? Like fulfilled. When I'm lying on my deathbed, I want to feel fulfilled without regret that I did what I could. And for me, like being happy is, momentary. Fulfilled is lasting. Good morning, Barb. You like to take on happiness? Thank you. I appreciate it. It was just something. It was like one of those things that was kind of keeping me up last night. Early this week when I was angry all day, I kept thinking, why am I doing all this positive stuff? By the end of the day, I was able to reaffirm who I am and what my life goals are. So yes, it helped me to be angry. Exactly. Right? Anger is a great motivator, right? Resentment, while toxic, can be a great motivator. There's times in my life, many times in my life, where I've made a lot of progress being motivated by negative opinions of others, like kind of an I'll show you mentality. I wasn't happy, but I made great progress from that perspective. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Luann. Yeah, I feel like, we can't always go for that. You said something there that made me. Oh, so Barb, one of the things that I think about all the time, like patterns of behavior. I think while I don't want to always try to be positive, I feel like I always felt, even when I was a more depressed person, right? When I felt miserable for a long time, I always kind of felt like I needed to change my thought patterns. And so I would try to change perspective, not think positively, but try to change my perspective to look towards the appreciation. And that's why we have, today I will appreciate in the Define My Day process every day. It's just that little switch, and that sense of that oh man, I'm missing a word right now. It's that concept. There you go. The concept of the brain wiring itself to act more efficiently. So every night when you go to sleep, your brain sort of rewires its connections to think what you have been thinking more efficiently in the future. And if you are always thinking about what's wrong, it's going to wire itself to identify more of what's wrong and dwell on what's wrong. And so changing that pattern of thought is very important, but it's not as simple as just saying, I'm positive. But I think it's as clear as focusing on things that you can appreciate, and mindfulness, meditation, and focusing on what you can focus on right now and practicing the mindfulness. And then we rewire our brain so that we can control things just a little bit more, and our minds don't go away from us so much during the day. And it's been something that I've been working on for a long time. And I think that, it's one of those very slow processes that over time has a lasting benefit. And even like when a lot of people are in a terrible place, it's hard to think, you don't want to think anything good, but we sort of have to. But it's not like just that we're throwing out positivity. It's more that it's like an internal process, trying to readjust our perspectives. Hey, Janice. Janice says, being happy is fulfilling your purpose. Yeah, and I think it depends on how we're defining happy, right? Because you're using all three main words right there. Being happy is fulfilling your purpose. And I think if you're talking like happiness, for me, is a state, not so much a way of being. So if that's clear. So I kind of delineate happiness and fulfillment by fulfillment being something that is constant through whatever my current emotional state is. Happiness is just an emotional state for me. And again, this is early on in me even thinking about this, so I might be wrong. I'll leave that out there that I might be wrong. But I think that it just depends on how the message is coming across. When I hear happiness over everything, I think my first reaction is that it seems just a bit, I don't know if it's self-centered or shallow or what. I don't know. It just rubs me wrong, and I am not real clear on why yet. But I'll figure it out. I might have to watch more of his stuff. I haven't had the opportunity. So, cool. All right. Well, I'm going to get on with my day. I am almost done with my coffee, and I need to get rolling here. I know I have a lot of things I want to do. One of the priorities on my list that's sort of a loose end, but also a priority, is coming up with more of those short videos. So I'm going to try to cut out more clips and get more of those short videos out for you guys. So you can look for them. They'll be on YouTube, and they'll be probably on my Instagram page, I think is where they're going to be. So that's Instagram / Nick Boris, I believe it is. Or it's just at Nick Boris if you're in, or it's at Nicholas Boris on Instagram. Luann defines happiness as being content and at peace. But Luann, do you say that, would you say that the happiness as you define it is a pervasive feeling or a momentary feeling? Are you defining happiness kind of the way I'm defining fulfillment? But even then, like even when I'm fulfilled, I might not be at peace. I might not be even content. I might still be striving, but fulfilled while striving. I don't know. I don't want to it's not like I'm trying to figure it out. And I don't want to get too granular that it seems like we're like pulling hairs here, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. But yeah, Janice, you're right. Happiness over everything. No, just be present in everything. I agree with that. Absolutely. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But look for the videos. We're gonna be bringing those out more often. I'm gonna do a better job of getting back onto the podcast, the podcast platform. And I've been thinking, maybe you guys can answer me this. Would it be good to put these morning sessions on the podcast as often as they come out? So would it be worthwhile? Are there many of you that would listen to this if I put it out on a podcast, if you can't get to this every day? I'm thinking about doing that. I'm not sure yet. It's probably more work than I'm thinking, but I'm wondering that if a new thing on the podcast came out every day, would it be too much? Or should it be just like once or twice a week? So trying to figure that out. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right, I am going to go now because I have to get on with my day, but I hope you have a great day. I will see you tomorrow morning, and it'll be Saturday, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, keep moving forward. I'll talk to you soon.